how to love what you do. So many people come to me and they are just done with their job, their career, their work. They don't love what they do. They may have liked it for a little while, but now they find it to be soul crushing or not fulfilling, or they just don't really know exactly what it is. They just say that they hate it. I don't like to use the H word, very bad energy, but that's what they say. They just really, really, really don't like their job. They don't like their profession. What do I do? Everyone at all times, no matter what your job is, no matter what your profession is, everyone can love what they do. It's all about our mindset. So today I'm going to give you 5 little mindset tweaks that you can make to turn even the most miserable job into something that, if not is enjoyable, is at least tolerable, and who knows, maybe you will learn to love it. That's coming up in just a second. But before I give you all of that, will you please check and see if you're a subscriber here? And if not, click the subscribe button and the little bell so that you'll get notifications whenever you're on YouTube that we've dropped another video like this to help you live a better life. I'll be right back.
GILD Coaching. More success, less stress.
I worked in several different professions along my professional path. Some of the things that I've done I found really fun and fulfilling, like my days as a journalist, and other things were not so fun. Sometimes things were boring. And as I was going along that journey, I needed to find ways to love and enjoy what I was doing, kind of regardless of what I was doing. Because if I didn't, then I would find that the unhappiness or lack of fulfillment in my professional life would seep into my personal life, and then it would add struggle there. And we don't want that. We want balance, we want happiness, we want fulfillment. So today I'm going to give you 5 different little mindset tweaks for you to make if you're stuck in a position where you really don't like your job, where you're not finding it fulfilling, where you don't really know what to do, but you know that you don't like how you feel. Ready? Get a pen and some paper. If you don't have a pen and paper to take notes, open the comment section here and just take notes here. You can also give this video a thumbs up so that it will be on your list of liked videos here on YouTube so you can access those notes that you're taking. All right, so first, and this is something that I tell my clients all the time, practice gratitude. My advice to them is to practice gratitude first thing in the morning. But if we're talking about work, if we're talking about your job, whether you work remotely or in an office, what I'd like you to do, the very first part of your workday, I would like you to open up a work-specific gratitude journal. And you don't have to get anything fancy. Here's my journal. I mean, it's not fancy. I got it off Amazon. So you can get any journal from anywhere that you want. Just open it up and come up with anywhere from 1 to 3 things that you're grateful for. Shifting your mind from focusing on the things that are not fulfilling, that you don't like, whether it's an irritating coworker or a boss who's not kind to you, or just not liking the actual tasks at hand, shifting to the few bright spots that exist there, even if it's just one bright spot, will help you to increase your vibration, increase your happiness, because you can't focus on both things at once. You can't focus on how miserable you are at the same time as you focus on how grateful you are for something. It can be something as simple as, I'm so happy and grateful that there's always coffee in the break room and it tastes good. Great. I might be doing something that I don't like, but at least there's something here that I do like. Make sure that when you're doing this, that you don't cheat yourself and build in some negativity, because some people will do that, especially if the job is really not enjoyable. So don't cheat yourself in your gratitude journal and hide something negative in there. Like, for example, even though my boss is a jerk, I'm happy that the secretary is kind and always smiles at me. Leave out the jerk part. Just say, I'm happy that the secretary is always kind and smiles a lot, because that makes me feel good. So you're focusing on what feels good, not on what doesn't feel good. That's the key to this gratitude. Number 2, your slight mindset shift here is, what are you focusing on? What are you looking at during the day? You can look at your job as a waste of time, as just a means to an end. You know, you need money, you go, they give you some money, okay. But if you look at the things during your whole time there are skills, there are different personal development elements that you have started to grow while you've been there. This can feed your gratitude journal, by the way, just a little hint. But if you focus on the skills and the personal development angle, and if you say, well, they're not teaching me anything new and I can't personally develop, you have a really great challenge here to find ways to develop yourself personally. A situation like that gives you an open playing field to develop more patience, more kindness, and even if it is kind of a volatile situation, it also helps you to learn how to navigate your own communication and your own energy when you are in a volatile situation. Also, focus on the significance of your work. And some people have told me that they feel as though their work is insignificant. And I get that. No one's work, honestly, is insignificant. Everyone's work means something, otherwise the job wouldn't exist. So dig deep down and find the significance. Let's say that you're a janitor. You pick up trash and you clean toilets at an amusement park. Okay, imagine if nobody picked up trash or cleaned toilets at the amusement park. You are helping to make individual and family memories for people that they'll have for years and years. You may not get the personal credit for that, but it's not their job to find your significance. It's your job to find your significance. So focus on that. Focus on your skills, your personal development, and the significance that you carry in your job. Also, you've got to be reasonable. One bad day, 2 bad days, a bad week, everybody has them. So try to not hold yourself to too high of a standard that every single day needs to be the best day ever. Be reasonable. Allow yourself dips. Just make sure that those dips aren't years long or months long. And that if they start to stretch out and be longer periods of time, that you are backing up and asking yourself, what can you change? How can you contribute differently? You can actually, number 4, improve your workplace and workspace and work relationships. Did you know that? You are that powerful. Improve your workspace. So there's 3 things in this one point that you can do. First is to find value in other people and to validate them. People love being validated. Don't you love being told that you've done a good job? So this is really a great place for that personal development that we talked about back in point number 2, especially with those difficult coworkers, people who you don't necessarily get along with that well, or the boss that's not very kind to you. Those are difficult situations. But if you can back up and through your practice of gratitude, find value, find something there to value. And I'll tell you a quick story. I've told you this long ago in a video. I was leaving a job once, and I was leaving because it was a happy workplace that had a management changeover and became a very miserable workplace. And the woman who was my manager at that point was very oppressive. She literally took roll like we were second graders, and she'd walk around and make sure that the butts were in the chairs at a specific time of day. And we actually didn't have jobs that required us to have our butts in our chairs all the time, but anyway, it was just miserable. So I found other employment, and she was always talking about this book about how to be a great manager, and it has this scale that you can rate managers from 1 to 5. And she always said that she was this level 5 leader, this level 5 manager, and she always was talking about this. So I told her that I hadn't read the book, and I asked if she would let me borrow her copy. I read the book. She most definitely was not a level 5 leader. I don't even know if she was a level 1 leader. But she had this great impression of herself that she was this amazing manager. And I'm happy that her self-esteem is that high. I believe that she's wrong. Maybe she's changed, but at that point, I believed that she was wrong. And so I had just decided to leave the company. So I got other employment. This was years ago, but I got other employment before I started my company. And when I was turning in my resignation, she had actually offered me a different position, and I was going to shift into that position. So I was resigning and rescinding my acceptance of that position all at the same time. So I had my resignation letter and my key and everything, and I tucked it into this book. I was going to return the book to her. And I mean, honestly, what do you say to a person who is the reason that you're leaving because she's so unaware of self and so unreasonable and unkind and unpleasant to be around? What do you say to her? Like, I'm leaving because you suck? I mean, it's just not the right thing. Don't burn any bridges. So I really dug deep and I tried to find something good about this truly horrible woman. Or at that point in time, I felt as though she was a truly horrible woman, and I tried, y'all, I promise. But I told her, this is the good thing that I found from experiencing her, and I was already doing management coaching at this point. She's terrible. She needs a management coach, or needed one. I don't know if she still does or not. But I told her that I appreciated her contribution to my career as a whole, because she showed me what kind of a leader and manager I wanted to be. That was the truth. I left out the detail that the way that she showed me that was by being one of the worst managers I'd ever experienced. I didn't say that negative part. I found the highlight was she's shown me who I want to be by exhibiting to me what I didn't want to be. You can change your workplace by finding these positive things about people around you, no matter how negative they are. Another way that you can positively change your workplace is use people's names. We love the sound of our own name. When you use someone's name when you're speaking with them, it helps you have a deeper connection. It helps them to know that you're actually speaking to them, that you haven't forgotten that you're dealing with a human being with feelings and purpose. When you use the other person's name, it makes a psychological connection that deepens the relationship and builds trust. And we all love that, don't we? Right. Number 3 in part 4, encourage people. If you see someone having a hard time, you don't have to be a cheerleader. You don't have to, sing them songs or anything, but encourage people. Remind them, hey, we're perfectly imperfect. We have to be reasonable. Everybody's going to have a bad day. Encourage people around you. That's going to help build your level of compassion. And when your level of compassion builds, then your success across all relationships, whether work or play, will be better. And number 5, balance. People who are miserable in their jobs usually think about their jobs even when they're not there. Leave work at work. If you have a job that you don't have to take stuff home with you, if you're lucky enough to have one of those positions, when you get in your car, when you leave your office, start your car, lock your doors so that you're safe, close your eyes for a moment, take a deep breath, and mentally leave everything there. If you say, I don't have a car, I walk home, okay, great, do it on your walk, even better. I don't walk or have a car, I take the bus. Do it on your way home. Mentally release everything that's there, knowing that you did all that you could do in that day, and your worthy work will be left for the next time that is appropriate for it. Balance your life. Have hobbies. Invest in your relationships. Have friendships. Interact with people. Go about the business of having your life. If your personal life is floundering, then your job isn't going to seem like the thing that you can be grateful for, because you're missing so much over here. So make sure that you're feeding yourself in your personal life so that you're not putting so much pressure on your job to meet all these other areas of fulfillment. Those are 5 ways, 5 little mindset tweaks to help you love what you do regardless of what you do. If this has been of help, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you'll learn the next time that we drop a video to help you live a happier and more successful life. See you next time.